Okay, so these are the stones we'll be working on the sticks. All ready to go. 6 in total. So start with the ones that need the shaping, which are the 2 square sort of shaped ones here. Got some great colour in them. Just need a final shape. So, switch the machine on. Take this corner off, I think. Same with this one. Lopsided oval at the moment. That's pretty good shape. I'll just pause this and put a light on. Sorry about that. Okay, back with the light on. Zoom happening as well. There we have it. That's that one shaped up. And move on to this little one. It's pretty straightforward, just take the corners off. Glasses of what? So this one, I think, lose this tip a bit. Oh no, I might leave it there. By the time I start rounding it over a little bit, there's enough meat on it. It might come good. I think it's just a clear botch, but it's foggy enough. So I'll leave that one as is. Actually, just noticed this patch of actual sand in this corner. I'm going to take that out. Got him. Tiny little spot there, but when I start rounding, that'll go. Hopefully that'll come up really nice. Give this one a bit of a final shape, just a tidy up shape.
Won't be doing any really of the face on this wheel.
Quite nicely. Not sure what quite it will do. We'll have a little bit come off the top, I think. I'm just going to take around the edges very gently. Just get rid of these little chips. Come in. So just giving it that little tiny bevel round, evenly all the way around. I'll leave the rest for the next wheel to take off and deal with those marks, because this wheel will just chew it very quickly. There's not much to play with on this one, but yeah, it's very much worth doing. So, next one. Tidy up the shape on this one. Should get quite a good shape. Not sure what I did this with, freehand or on a Dremel. I'd like to think freehand. Much to do at all. Tidy up. I'll just start working over the edge a little bit. So I've got a bit more play in the colour. Still don't want to risk it. The sand on the side I can leave. It's down far enough to not affect the surface. Bit of a round I've just started. So there in the middle, you can see that inner circle. Keep going round on the angle until it gets smaller and smaller. drying and checking this one being so small before I take too much off, and I've got to watch those two holes. So I'm going to start taking down those sides. Just here. Oops. Just here. And another one a bit over here somewhere. See if you can't get rid of those. Oh, we can get rid of them. Let's just see what's left there. Here on this side, a hole there. That one goes all the way through, unfortunately. You can see that now, goes all the way up the side and in. So that whole side will have to come in. Don't like this part. That's a shame. Yeah, it lends itself to quite a nice little oval, I must admit. A bit of sand to come out this end. So, main flash of colour there, mostly retained. And the rest of it should survive a polish. Just give it a little pick off these little corners. Very lightly. Drying it off so that it's dry. It's clean enough to put on the next wheel. So, and the other one was this one, which I think and this little light touch up. Not much else this wheel can do for this one. So that's where I'll leave that. Just tidy up the edges there. Sure they're not too chipped. The next wheel will be able to handle that. So let's pause on the electricity. Might hit pause on this for a second, put the other wheel on and get straight back to it. Okay, as I said, straight back to it. So switch the on button, unpause, and let this wheel do its magic. I'm just looking to make sure that all the marks around the side from the last wheel disappear. This wheel will leave a set of fresh, finer marks. A bit there to deal with. Just more on the side. Carefully work on the face. last bit of those little edges. Nice tied it up in the last wheel. Sort of rolling it around. Gotta check it to make sure that even this isn't going through all the colour. No, seems to be doing its job. Around that edge where you can see the light following. So that's what I'm checking. I don't see too many, if any. Oh, no chip spots, no little shiny spots. You can see where it's chipped. It should have like a frosted look all over it. And it's sort of, I suppose you could liken it to different shades of frosting. You got a coarse frosting. You can see the granulated reflection all the way down to just a white fine mist reflection and everything in between. And of course I mean that when it's dry like this, so it's got that dull look to it. If you looked at it as I can, there you go in the light, you can see all the marks this wheel leaves, and that's sort of frosted, not the colour, just sort of looking at just the surface. Yeah. Some of you will know what I'm referring to, others will have to gain experience and you will soon figure out exactly what I'm referring to. Quite a few stones in this wheel, this machine now. It seems to be running really well. No signs of slowing down or wearing at the moment. So I think that's all for this wheel, for this one. Might just move through these pretty quickly and save on time for you guys having a watch every little step. You know what it's about now. I'll just be doing this on every single pad until they're all done up to polish, and then the backs will need cleaning up. And as soon as they go on the dot stick upside down, wow, that one's coming up alright. Very bright. Some of that grey off the top now, which is what I was hoping for. Just be careful not to go down that end too much. See what this thing comes up like. A couple of whites. Oh yes, I think that grey will slowly disappear slightly more. Be very careful on this. Pretty sure this grit's around the 400, so it's not doing major grinding. I'm not pushing too hard, so I'm very, very slowly peeling back the surface to one that I like, and I'll leave it just before the one I like, if I can see it coming up, because that's leaving enough meat on the bone for the polish. It'll take that last bit off. I think it's just right in the middle. I need to give it a little bit more. Wow, that is gorgeous. Flush really brightened up, opened right up. I'll get on with these, and I'll see you when I'm taking them off the dot sticks, ready to clean up and weigh them. See what we have. I'll talk to you in a Yeah, for me a little while, and in a couple of seconds. Alright, we've got our stones all up to about 3,000, I think it is, on the Gem Master. The cerium oxide is going to give it a much better finish. I'm just going to get onto that now. Don't want to get too much water in the camera direction. See, the one won't take much time. Actually, none of these really will. 3,000 is a lot finer than cerium oxide, but the finish just doesn't show up as great as cerium. You can't explain it, it's just the way it is. Find the camera over here. We still retain a fair bit of colour, but some of it turned not quite colour, so kind of a 3/4 stone. Let's see, give you an example with this one, I suppose. So we'll get a before and after shot. The finish on that just hasn't got the shine. It's a little bit foggy dull. And with a couple of wipes on with this. Hopefully she'll look 1,000% better. Wipe over, see if we can tell the difference. Most definitely. Still got that orange flashing in. Good look at this stone all day. Anyway, so yeah, definitely a lot better finish on the wheel with the cerium oxide. One of these stones I can see a crack in with the second smallest one, and that'll just go in my specimen collection. Giveaway pile. There's that one. Not the strongest of colour all over, but it's got a couple of flashes in there. And this one will be the one that's got the issue. Don't want to spend too much time on it. And that's probably where I can double grid on it. So if you guys see the crack in it, I can. It's very weak in colour anyway. So, bit of a dud. Shows it highlights. Not every stone's going to turn into a gemstone. Doing it on a wheel like this, you can feel the leather dry out a bit when it starts gripping a bit more, so you just give it a little touch of water and it just starts sliding again. You just want that thin layer through it. You don't need to overkill with the cerium oxide, so I don't really like to recycle it at all. That one's a really nice one. Great colour. pity it wasn't all black, but might not have ended up in my hands. But that was hiding in amongst the little crumb. Turned out quite well. Excuse me, clear my throat. This one lost a little bit of colour around the top right corner, top right edge of the teardrop shape. I'll show you in a minute. There's not much that can be done about that. Except maybe recut it into a smaller size, but then I'll just be playing around and having a risk losing all the colour. Sometimes you just got to stop. It's kind of like an artist. The painting's never really done, they just stop painting. If you keep painting and touching up and painting and touching up forever, and unfortunately you could ruin a good picture that was there somewhere by doing too much. So sometimes you just gotta bite the bullet and go, yep, that'll do. It's just around this edge here. Just lost a bit of colour. So it floods up mostly on a certain angle. There we go. So I'll take these off the dop sticks, tidy up the backs a bit, and I'll catch you in a second. Okay, a couple of seconds for you, around about half an hour for me, and all tidied up and off the sticks. Bit of a mixed reaction to this one, some good, some bad. I'll go through that in a second. Got a few things to say. I'll try not to bore you too much. I'll try and fit it all in a short amount of time. So I'll start off with the first disappointment, was this one. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see it right there. At this end there's a big crack in it, right by my thumbnail. And that crack, there's another little one below it. I could have cut it smaller, but it's just really not bright enough to really bother with, because at a distance it's barely colourful. So he goes into the sort of scrap collection pile with the other blue one from the other video. This one, bit mixed reaction too. It's got the colour there. It's got fingerprints on it. Let's give it a quick wipe. Now I've flipped it over. Ended up being very thin, this one. So it does have a colour there, but it's very directional as to when it wants to flash at you. Yeah, around about there somewhere. So probably nothing I'll get to in a hurry. If I'm looking for little stones to add to the side of a bigger one, these are the bits I'll look at. So he'll go to the side anyway for a bit. He's out the equation. So these ones, these turned out sort of, again, not too bad. Mixed reaction. This one, couple of issues in it, like that white spot right there by my thumb, and down here by my thumbnail again, it's a couple of bits. And it's not super bright as far as colour goes. It's got nice colour, but it's not as, yeah, there's a bit of a flash there. Loses colour down this end, and there's another couple of white spots there. Still a pretty stone, don't get me wrong. That'll go on the cheap pile, but still a nice stone. So coming to these ones, start with the black one. Black, I call it black. It's partly black and white. Give it a quick wipe. Get the fingerprints all over everything. So there we are. Lots of colour in that one. Very bright. I'm quite happy with that one, even at a distance. It's reasonably bright. Visible. I almost could have cut a double-sided one, but there's way too much sand in there. It would end up very thin if I was to. There's a back I can sort of leave open, that part of it anyway. So that's that. Pretty pleased with that one. And there's this one, which was the orange bright flash. We'll see if we can get it to flash. Yeah, it's up that end. There we go. There's that orange flash that was in there. Had a grey patch over about a third of the way from the top down, which cleared up quite well. Slight little patch there in the middle still, but very colourful, reasonably bright. Oh yeah, show the backs, all tidied up, nicely polished, ready to be set. And the last one, it's the big green one. Got a bit lost colour down this edge, but other than that, turned out quite well. It's not super bright, it is kind of directional. So there's some places like that angle, it's very, not much colour. Keep turning it when it comes to colour. So that's what it means by directional. And the face straight on, it's not too bad, at least it shows colour straight on. But again, that clouded side around here detracts a bit, but nicely finished off. Ready to be set. So there we go. Now this one down here, you probably might be wondering about if you've spotted it. This is a stone from a few years ago that I cut, and it had heaps of sand in it. I didn't want to reduce it too much because I was in that salvageable. It's still got nice colour, but there is a black spot there, and there is a couple of bits of sand. Now this sand around the edge is very much on the edge. This is very shallow, so is that bit. So looking at the back, just give it a white. Looking at the back, it's got some really nice colour in there. So this is going to be recut and may become just a double-sided, but I'll have to take off at least that to do so. Make it into a round black opal, but I think it deserves it. Gorgeous stone, and yeah, emerald green. Just love looking at that, and that's not even polished, that's just rough as. So yes, that'll be a future project in another video, and probably the next cutting video I'll get to that one. And for the next video, actually I'll get to that. No, I'll do that now. Next video, just quickly jump in. I'll be cleaning up some more shell, some quite bright pieces in amongst it. Great colour. See what I can salvage out of these pieces. Some of them are a bit odd shaped, may turn out to be slightly thin. So smaller stones can be cut. There's some awesome colour, and there's not much, if any, recognisable shell. There you go, some growth rings on there. That up in the light, but the colour inside is quite nice, and almost too tempting to just leave that little part of a shell, so I don't have a problem recutting that. Here's a bit of lightning ridge. I'm going to try and see if there's anything inside this that may cut a stone. As long as that sand doesn't go in too far. There's a little bit of colour that can be salvaged, I'll take it. Even if it's not $1 million stone, $10 stone, I'll take it. And this piece, this will be out the Andamuka parcel. So again, all fields, we're just cleaning them up. Kind of a showing off the parts that you want to see, minus the boring bit, so it'll just be a quick cleanup video, highlighting all what's going to come out of these, showing some more colour underneath. So it'll be a bit of a reveal video. So over to the, excuse me, don't get dizzy, over to the scales, the camera, switch the scales on, and start with the big one, green one. We'll call that 1 gram. Now there's 5 carats per gram, if you're wondering about the equations. So 0.2 of a gram is 1 carat. 1 gram therefore is 5 carats. The 0.6 could be called 0.3 carat. So 5.3, but I'll just say 5. So that's a 5 carat stone. You know, if you've got $50 for it, it'd be $10 a carat. I'm not going to put a carat price on it and say, oh, it's a $20 a carat stone, so therefore at 5 carats is 100, because I have no idea on how to evaluate this stuff. Anyone wants to help out, feel free. Obviously not high-end stones as such that can, yeah, that others have access to, but I will be getting to those. I do have some more, but anyway, so I don't have any value system for any of it. There's 1.5 carat at 0.3 grams. And we'll go for the black and white opal, green colour. Oh, look at that, dead 4.0, which makes that a 2 carat. So, you know, if you called that $10 a carat, it'd be a $20 stone. If you call it a $200 stone, you'd say it's $100 a carat. Not sure. Just having some fun. So, this one, gorgeous. Back wasn't going to mount too much with all that limited colour that was in there. If you remember the green bar I was thinking of chasing, it just wasn't going to show up anything. So 0.46 of a gram, that'll be 2.3 carat. Call it 2 carat. Again, if it's $10 a carat, it's a $20 stone, or if it's $200 stone, it's $100 a carat. Call it what you want. One day I suppose I have to figure out a price that I'll part with it, and that's what I was taught more. It's not so much you're buying an opal from me, you're paying a separation fee. The price it's going to take for me to separate, because I own this and you don't. That's the game of opal for some. Then there are others that are more commercial, and that's fine. Helps other people build collections, own some great pieces, and helps the miners out with the big bucks. I'll get there one day. So that's those. Plenty more to be cut. Some lightning ridge steel. Remember that green knobby sort of piece? I've got some other stones. That piece we rubbed back in another video, that one. And we'll get around to some of that. I want to do a carving one as well, as soon as I can. So we'll be picking out some pieces for the carving. Might actually even get around to finishing this one off actually. This is a really nice one. I'm really eager to see what it's going to turn out like. Let's highlight more of the colour that's in it. And eventually I suppose I'll talk a bit about myself. Just a little bit for now I suppose. Been cutting opal. I learnt since, well, back in 1992. Back in the 1900s, and I kind of work another job which helps throw more money at opal and in my claim. A big hole. Holes are expensive. And yeah, built quite a collection in all the time I've been cutting. I was never really setting out to sell and become somebody in the opal industry. Still not sure on what I'm doing. Just having a lot of fun. Thought I'd share some of it with you guys. anyone's interested. So if anyone really interested, please subscribe, hit the like, let me know, throw a comment if there's anything you want me to show or do. I've got that slicing to do with the Andamuka opal as well, and another video, more cutting, and yeah, see where this YouTube thing goes. I'm still new to it. Hopefully the videoing will get a lot better, and the view. And also, I can't wait to take you up on a trip to Andamuka as soon as I go up on my next trip, which will be hopefully within the next few weeks. And go buy some more opal. Not like I haven't got enough already to deal with, but I don't think you can ever have enough, to be honest. And I better stop rambling on for this video, save something from others. So I'll leave you here. Hope you enjoy the video. Again, if you like it, please let me know, subscribe, hit the like, and hopefully catch you next time. Thanks a lot.